We're going. What's going on? Con the Destroyer. Thanks for coming up, brother.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Had a nice trip up.
You did?
Belting down rain.
Seen the lovely car you rocked up into. That was nice. Nice Raptor.
Yeah.
So, what brings you down my way? A bit of a chat?
Yeah,
Stories to tell, I hear?
yeah, just to get away from work and, just come and have a chat.
For sure. So, everyone wants to know, are you still big swole?
I think the people who are watching on YouTube, they can see I'm not big as swole anymore. But, I'm still the same Con.
You walk around the size that you could throw me from here to the letterbox still, though, for sure.
Actually, I look so skinny when I look in the mirror, but I weighed myself the other day. I'm still 100 kilos.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't work it out.
You're a big boy without the bloody training. Yeah. So, like, whereabouts did you grow up?
Well, the first 12 years of my life, I grew up in Greystanes. That's, a suburb west of Sydney.
Yeah.
A lot of Maltese people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
after that,
I worked for some Maltese people when I was up North Richmond way. There was everywhere. I think the bloke that owned the property next to us.
yeah, what was his name? Borg or Vela?
Yeah, they're all Borg.
Yeah.
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 Oh, and what's the other one? Is it Coochie?
Coochie, Camilleri.
Yeah, Camilleri.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's, I won't say much, but yeah,
Yeah.
good blokes.
Yeah, well,
Got some
yeah.
coin too.
So when I was about 12 years old, we moved out further west to Orchard Hills, to a vineyard. It was just 5 or 6 acres.
Yeah.
And had a horse and had dogs and cats and that sort of stuff.
So that's where your love for animals stems from.
Yeah, I actually sometimes feel more comfortable around animals.
Oh, bro, like, I 100% relate to that. Like, you've seen me with dogs, I've seen you with dogs and cats. Like,
Yeah.
they're just, you can literally, like, have a flip out and go, fuck, or something, and they still love you. Like,
Yeah.
they're just,
You can be smelly.
Yeah.
You can be broke.
you can call it names, and it just, if
Yeah.
you use a nice voice, it thinks it's
Yeah.
good. Like,
As long as you got the right energy. I
Yeah.
mean, when I walked in, your cat sussed me out. She looked more like a watchdog than a cat.
yeah, bro, she's,
But she warmed to me.
yeah, which is extremely, like, take that as a, pat on the back. Like, she doesn't like anyone.
Yeah.
She's a little killer. Yeah. Little blue girl. So I think we all want to know this, like, when did the bodybuilding begin? And how?
Yeah, well,
Just get a bit close to that mic, brother.
yeah, well, I started lifting weights when I was about 14, 15 years old.
Yeah.
I was working on the farm and I was doing a lot of heavy lifting and my muscles started developing and I got a compliment from my father for the first time in my life.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh wow, look at Con's muscles, they're popping out."
Yeah.
It was like grape season and I was lifting all the heavy boxes of grapes.
Yeah.
So that really encouraged me. But I also used to go to the trots with my dad.
Oh, yeah.
The race horses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 7 trotters.
Yeah, right. Paces or?
Paces.
Yeah.
And I used to just love watching them come off the track once they finished racing and they were just like pumped. Their muscles were just pumped and they were ripped and there was this steam coming out of their nostrils and, they had this like electricity in their eyes.
Yeah, man.
And I always wanted to be a jockey. And then later on, I realized that I didn't want to be the jockey. I actually wanted to experience what the horse was experiencing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be a racehorse. So the closest thing to that was bodybuilding. So
Yeah.
I bought my first bodybuilding magazine and I read it for about 2 weeks.
What time's this? Is this?
I was about 15.
So, like, the mid-80s or?
Yeah, it was the mid-80s.
Yeah.
I was born in 72.
Yeah.
So that would have been about 87.
That's when I was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I asked for a gym set for Christmas and I started training and then after reading this magazine for 2 weeks, I realized that, if these guys can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
So that's when I actually had some belief in myself, and the seed was planted that I could become like these guys in the magazine.
Yeah. Yeah. Unreal.
Yeah.
And turns out you probably had just as many steroids as a horse as well.
Yeah. Well, when I
You
first
took it literally.
the first 4 competitions I went in as a teenager, I was natural.
Yeah.
And I was determined to stay natural. And I was even a vegetarian at one stage because I was so health conscious.
Yeah.
And the first book I bought was the Nutrition Almanac.
Yeah.
And so I knew all about nutrition. I came first in biology at school. But then one of my friends, he went on a course of steroids, and he just overtook me in 6 weeks. And I thought, wow, it was really soul destroying. And he actually encouraged me. He said, Con, you're not going to achieve what you want to achieve if you do it naturally. So
Yeah.
I went on my first course of steroids, and I put on 10 kilos in 6 weeks. And when I came off, I kept about 8 kilos.
Yeah.
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 But I actually was using horse steroids. Back then, you could get Sustanon, which is a testosterone.
Yep.
And like Deca and the other things, that they're actually veterinary.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So what, you started off with a bit of test, bit of Deca like most people? Or
Yeah, test and Deca.
Yeah.
Sustanon and Deca. I've got nothing to hide. Like, might offend some people, but, it's better to be honest.
Well, it's simple as this, like pro bodybuilding, there's no testing for steroids and stuff like that. So if you're going to, you're not going to.
They did test Mr. Olympia 1 year.
Yeah.
Half of the guys didn't turn up.
Yeah. Plus, like, they're just going to look like every bloke. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to be different,
like a fitness model.
Yeah, exactly. Rather than Gigantosaurus Rex. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
right. Yeah.
I read something about I think it was Rich Piana. You know him, I believe.
Yeah, unfortunately he passed away, but yeah, he was a good friend of mine when I was living in LA.
Yeah. Like, I think he was like, because he's very open about the steroid use and what it takes to become a pro bodybuilder, and
that's why he was so popular.
Yeah, and 100%.
Yeah,
but he wasn't out there promoting it. He was like warning people of what can happen and stuff like that as well. Like,
well, he actually said if he was born again and he could do it all over again, he said he'd stay natural.
He would?
Yeah.
That's
what he said.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of people out there that don't understand how serious, like, messing with your hormones and stuff like that can be to a human. Like, personally, I had done one course with a mate. I just seen his quads, and they were like, I was like, I want them. Like, I want those things.
Yeah.
I didn't like his leg days, so I didn't end up with them. They'd put me out for 2 weeks, his leg days. But I used a bit of test. I think it was like half a mil or every couple of days, like twice a week or something. And he gave me a bit of, I think, Anabar. He just started giving me like, he ended up giving me Tren about 6 weeks into my first ever cycle. And
a Tren's very harsh on the body, like, especially for your first cycle.
Yeah, I was like warned, don't even, like, years from now, you might want to do that if you want. But I did it straight away. And I went from being all confident to, like, I'd literally have to go outside from my bedroom and I'd look up and be like, holy shit, like, I was claustrophobic on Earth. Like, I felt like the Earth was too small. Like, it was, you know what I mean? Like, it was so weird.
It really messed with you.
Yeah, I was having, like, I was at rehab at the time, and like, I'd had panic attacks and anxiety, and I couldn't come into chapel or come in to learn anything. Like, it got to the point where they're like, bro, if you don't turn up tomorrow, you're gone. Like,
I actually had panic attacks, which is, I haven't heard of that very often.
Yeah.
When I was young, and I had Anadrol, which is Anapollin.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually had to see the doctor and get some tablets to calm me down.
Yeah, right. Because I think I won't say who gave me it, obviously.
Yeah.
I think my acquaintance gave me a bit of that, and that I only did it a couple of times with the trend.
Yeah.
And I think like it got to the point where we're in bloody rehab, been to jail, like nothing's can really scare you unless it's like full on.
Yeah.
I've got me mate, I turn the light on, I'm sitting up in bed, like, and I made him sleep in the light in my room, and then I was like, it full like panic mode, like I was.
You must be very sensitive to it.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Plus, first time ever doing it. Like,
Yeah. Well, if you got like a sensitive nature, and also if you can get aggressive, if it's not a good idea to take Anadrol or Trenbolone, because while you're on it, you may think that you're acting normal, but you're definitely not.
Yeah, yeah. I seen that in the fella I was training with. I don't want to mention names and that, but we were training every day. Like, we'd have to eat every 2 hours. Like, he was just losing the plot if we couldn't go train or get into the gym. It was a bit full on for me because I'm ADHD, so I'll love bomb something for a month, and then like, becomes friggin' hard work and a chore. And but he went from that to, I think one night he hung around with one of the boys, and he must have got on some crack or something.
Yeah.
And he just changed. He started like wearing his sunnies around and like became like this gangster persona.
Yeah.
Like it was full like, he's like, you'd be like, these blokes don't know who I know, and like pretending he's associated with bloody bikies, and and they're just like the stories he told before. He just met this bloke in jail.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, doesn't like just full like it was crazy. Like the complete change. Like I liked the bloke. He was like me little bestie, big bestie. He was huge, but just. Within a week of like, he started using Tren, and then he used ice, and then he was smoking ice, and he ended up getting in a police chase and stealing one of the boys' cars, and
it's not a good idea like to mix like, I mean, I've never had crack or ice or anything, but I've mixed steroids with copious amounts of alcohol, and it got me in, it put me in jail. So, like if you're going to do it, you got to take it seriously.
Yeah, for sure. Like every time I've ever gone to jail, I've been drunk.
Yeah.
Like alcohol's my bugaboo. I got to stay away. Like I try and get myself in self-defense situations. You know what I mean? Like I try and, get a fight without being a bully. And I don't like that. Like it's like me. I don't like hurting people. I don't like,
it can take away your inhibitions, and, if you're a sensitive, shy person like me, I'm not so shy anymore, but it kind of drops that guard, and sometimes that guard is there to protect you.
Yeah.
And then once it's gone, anything can happen.
100%. Like, like you seem way more confident than when I first met you in the rehab. Like, still a humble dude. Like, I don't know how to be that humble.
I just, I mean, I've got my demons and all that, but
don't we all?
I kind of grew up with a very strict family, and it's always walking on eggshells. So I guess that's what made me like this. But like my brothers and sisters, or my brother and sisters aren't like I am. I'm like super, super sensitive. Like I feel things and sense things that other people don't sense. Like I'm not a clairvoyant, clairaudient, but
you can pick up the mood in a room. You get that vibe off people.
I walk in a room and I can feel what people are thinking.
Yeah, bro.
So that's why alcohol comforts me, or opiates comfort me, because it deadens that and helps me to be more normal.
Yeah. That's a lot of the reason I smoked weed for so long. And like my alcohol, it wasn't every day, but it was 3 or 4 days a week, and I'm getting jammed. I'm buying a bottle of JD, and I already know that I'm going to drink that by 10. So I need a bottle of vodka to have like a couple of shots to friggin' end it where I'm going to go pass out. Like,
it's an ugly cycle.
It is like, just trying to find myself this year it's been a struggle, but like I haven't turned back to alcohol. honestly, I have had, last year I think my nan died and I went to a wake and I had a beer, but guess what it turned into? I got 2. So I'm drinking one. I got one here. And before this second one was done, I'd sent me missus off to get another 2.
Yeah.
So I end up having 4 beers in an hour.
Yeah.
So I've heard a lot in the past about, like, you can't just have a drink. You're going to go straight back to let's get smashed party mode.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what really made me go, like, you can't do it, dude. You could have had 1 beer and chilled, but you're in the pokey room the whole time, having durries on
black or white, on or off.
Yeah.
It's all or nothing.
Yeah. And the next time I drank was actually Christmas Day. Everyone's having a drink and I'm being a bit like just worrying about me social media and doing that sort of stuff. And then my stepdad's like, do you want a drink? He offers me every time and I say no. And I was like, yeah, bugger it. I had one and I cracked another one and I was on the lounge from 3 o'clock till like 6 or 7, just like, I'm bugging for the day. Like,
yeah.
But I waited. First time in my life, I looked up the standard drinks and can I go yet? And like, it was just a full on, like, I want to go home. I'm a homebody. I want to chill on my own Christmas night. Like, I've seen the kids, seen the ex, seen my mom, seen my family.
Yeah.
Now let's just go back to a normal day. But I couldn't have to sit there for friggin' 4 hours. Like, but yeah,
it's always good to have a bit of money put aside if you need an Uber or a cab or anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much it costs, just get the hell out of there.
No, I wasn't drunk enough to do that, but plus it would have cost me about $200 to get to where I was going, but
it's money well spent.
100%. But I just waited it off, drank some water and just chilled for friggin' couple of hours and it was all good. It didn't get pulled over, so don't know what it.
Yeah. Now when we were at the rehab, like I hardly ever seen you because you're kind of focused on your work and you could tell that you whatever you're doing was working.
Yeah.
Well, it was probably healthier that you went to work and had your own routine rather than hang out and be influenced by the other guys who just got out of jail or just got off the street or whatever.
Well, my plan was like, it just got to the point where like someone gets on and they're all in a room, they're all on pipes, they're all doing this crap.
At the rehab?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the rehab we're at, they don't just kick you out for using. They try and get to the problem of it. They try to get to our hearts and figure out what's going on, why we use. So they give people chances and chances, but a lot of blokes, they take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Like it's a get out of jail free card because you're outside.
Yeah.
It's better than jail no matter what. And it just got to the point where I was like, there's no one like that's literally like telling people like you don't have to be like this, you don't have to live this lifestyle. Like so I just got a job and like tried to get rid of the Eshe bar and it still comes out every now and then when I'm a bit emotional, but like I just thought I need to detach from this lifestyle. Like there's going to be maybe 1 or 2 people from this whole experience, like jail, blah, 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 that'll have contact with me that I'll want to contact and won't have any issues. Like it's going to be, I knew there was going to be not many. I've been through jail before. I know what happens. You're all like, I'll talk to you on the outside. No one does.
Yeah.
I just knew like I had 6 months to go. I got to detach from this thing or I'm going to be like, if someone called me a dog or some shit, like, don't even react. Don't even fight them. Like, what is that? Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, they're calling people dogs and that about talking to the people at the rehab. Unfortunately for them, that's not a dog. A dog is someone who snitches to police or writes a statement or something like that. So it just becomes a whole, like, it's just bullshit I don't want to be part of. Like,
well, when I was at the rehab, like, apart from you, there was only one other guy that I actually, like, really respected. I mean, I liked everyone at the rehab, but there was one guy that I could relate to, and I'm actually working for him now.
Yeah, that's unreal.
Yeah, he called me up and asked me if I could, if he could see that I used to work hard at the rehab, and I'm working with him now, and my future's looking really good.
Yeah. Well, what I seen from you in the rehab, that's why I got you the house leader, or suggested that you become the house leader and that, because you were like me, you weren't worried about what they're doing. You're doing your own thing. You were off feeding the animals, making that big giant Kangal freaking neck, the giant dog like you.
Yeah.
That thing intimidated me. I'm a former greyhound trainer, had dogs all my life.
A Russian dog.
And
Turkish.
That thing, like my attitude, it barked at me.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, cunt. And bruh, it did not.
It was a scary dog.
It did not backward step. And every time I seen it from then, it was just like, it wanted me, bro.
Yeah, more like a horse.
Yeah. I thought, here we go. This is a challenge moment, but there was no backing down from him. Like,
I forgot about that dog.
Yeah. And then the next time I seen you, you were like walking in the paddock in there with, and I'm like, dog, like, what are you doing? Like, who's your mate? Like,
remember the little girl? She was only about this tall.
No.
Yeah, and that she was bossing the dog around.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it?
It was the owner's daughter.
Oh, yeah, nah. Yeah. I'd probably gone by then.
Yeah, the dog was really protective of this little girl.
Yeah, mad.
It's really sweet to see.
Yeah, mad. I've seen so many videos since then of like 2 Kangals in a paddock, like just covered in blood, not a bite mark on him, like sitting in front of the sheep protecting them.
He was very loyal, that dog.
Yeah. Well, that's what they're bred to do. Like,
and their skin's supposed to be like double thickness.
Yeah. Because like for like a wild rabbit, if a dog bites that, it'll tear. It's quarry. It's designed to, like, a dog but a pet rabbit. I'm not going to tell you how I know all this, but a pet rabbit. Okay.
Greyhounds?
Nah. A pet rabbit doesn't pull apart like that. Like, I've seen I seen a dog maul a pet rabbit, and it didn't rip apart. It was thick, and it wasn't designed like that. But yeah, I think it's to stop like open wounds against bigger animals like wolves and things like that. Like, plus the thick hair too. Like, they're just machines, man. I wouldn't fight one.
Yeah. And then we had that other dog, that little pit bull. It was like, it latched onto the calf, and it, like, its legs weren't even touching the ground. It was just holding onto the throat.
Yeah. Well,
it was just a killing machine. That thing.
Yeah, Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I call myself Mr. Steal Your Dog.
Yeah.
I've got on my phone. I'll make a video for content of it. It's me with like Kizza, Waz's 2 dogs, like Brad, friggin'.
Oh, Kizza.
Yeah, I've got just videos of them all over me. Like, what is it, cobbing me? You know, they do the little.
Yeah.
But that big thing, bro, I didn't want to bar of it, eh?
It was very intimidating.
Yeah. It's obviously not the way you approach a dog like that. You've probably got to go in a bit like.
Yeah, it took me a while to approach him.
Yeah.
I was scared of him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure. So, back to the bodybuilding.
Yeah.
When did it get real serious for you?
Well, when I was 23, I won the heavyweight and the overall Mr. Australia.
Yeah.
And then I went to Cyprus to have a break for 4 months, and I prepared for my next competition over there.
Yep.
And
is that to be away from distractions and all that sort of stuff, or?
Yeah, I just wanted to get it away, just something different. But actually, I didn't have access to all the things that I needed over there, and I came back 4 months later, and I competed in the pro qualifier. It's a competition to turn professional.
Yep.
And I looked terrible. I was big, but I was out of cut. Sort of cut it all.
Yeah.
And then everyone at the time was using synthol. It's like it's like an oil that they inject into their muscles to inflate them, just like the women put into.
Yeah. I've seen some blokes that just do that in their biceps.
Yeah,
they just
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So like everyone was doing that, and I thought, no, if this is what bodybuilding's come to, I don't want a bar of it.
Yeah.
So I quit, and I opened a gym in Sussex Street in the city, Sydney, and I didn't train. Like, I was at the gym, but I was just not motivated because I was there all the time. I was even sleeping upstairs in the gym.
Yeah.
And I quit bodybuilding for 10 years, and I try to make a comeback several times, and it didn't happen. And then when I was 33, I thought it's now or never. And I used to watch the Ronnie Coleman video.
Yeah.
And it just motivated me so much. And one day I was walking past City Gym, and I seen a poster in the window, and it was called the Country Classic. And the first prize was like this massive flat screen TV.
Yeah.
And back then, like that, they were just like, they were like new.
Yeah.
You know?
Just put it here, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought, my parents didn't have a good TV, and my dad was too tight to buy a TV. So I thought, I'm going to win this competition just to get the TV for my mum.
Yeah.
So I had 8 weeks to prepare for the competition.
Yeah.
And
That's only bulk, really, not a cut or anything, is it? Or
yeah, I was actually growing and cutting at the same time.
yeah, okay, yeah.
And I thought, it's only a little competition, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
But there was some big names that were going in the comp, but I ended up winning the TV. I won the whole thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't the biggest guy there, but I had the, better shape or symmetry or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's what started my professional career.
Yeah.
I ended up turning pro. So at 33 or 34, I turned pro, and then I moved to Thailand, and I was going from Thailand to America.
Yeah.
And then I ended up just living in LA, and I was there for 10 years competing as a pro.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, mad. So, like, what did it involve? Like, being over there, like, what was, like...
Well, when I first started, like, I lost my gym. My dad kicked me out of the building, and he gave me 2 weeks, and then
Just come back over to the mic, bro.
yeah. So I had 2 weeks to get out of the gym. So I lost my business and that.
Yeah.
But I got compensated for it, and but once that money ran out, I had to do some crazy things to get by. I didn't hurt anyone. But I did some crazy things to get by. I was sleeping on people's couches.
Yeah.
I was doing all sorts of things to get by, but it actually made my life like an adventure, made it interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just didn't want to come back to Australia. I just wanted to stay in America and keep on competing, and and keep the dream alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So you were in LA for 10 years. Like, what sort of... You've got to have met some people over there.
Yeah, well, I was training at Venice Golds, and that's where all the celebrities train, like Arnold and Lou Ferrigno were there, and 50 Cent and
50 Cent?
Yeah. Ray
Yeah.
Liotta, and everyone that was in the fitness industry would someday pass through there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Did you get to meet... What's, like, your favorite... a famous person you met?
I never met this guy, but one of my favorite actors was Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
I remember when I was young, and I went with my training partner to see Goodfellas, and I used to, love that movie.
Yeah.
And whenever I used to train and do heavy weights, like Ray Liotta used to look over and watch me. But when I used to finish the set, he'd look away.
Yeah.
And my wife used to say, go and say hello to him. He's always looking at you. And I was too shy to say hello to him.
Yeah.
But I Arnold was there, but I never, like, my friends used to train with him, but I never really felt like meeting him or anything.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but like 50 Cent was be training right next to you, and
That's cool.
Carl Weathers was always there.
Yeah.
And like once I was on the bike, on the recumbent bike, and Carl Weathers was always used to like, training on that exercise bike. And he used to always have this friend, this old black guy. And once I was watching, Creed, the Rocky movie. Yeah. But I was watching it for free. And I said, I better tell Carl Weathers, that, they're ripping him off.
Yeah.
So I told this old black fellow, I said, hey, show this to your friend. I'm watching this for free.
Yeah.
And he was, surprised about it.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, I better tell Stallone,"
Yeah.
And and then the other old black man was, which I wasn't intimidated to talk to him because I thought it was just an old black dude.
Yeah.
And he gave me the phone back, and we used to chat all the time. And then one day I was watching a documentary about Muhammad Ali, and then he was on it, and he was one of the famous guys that he fought.
Yeah, right.
I didn't even know about it.
Do you remember his name or?
I can't remember his name, but I can find out if you show me some pictures.
Yeah, I'd be able to go through. I've got a book up there that's got all about all the heavyweight champions up until Lennox Lewis.
Oh yeah,
it's a boxing book.
Oh right.
Yeah, there's pictures all through there. Plus, you can go on a website. It's called BoxRec.
Yep.
And you just type look up Muhammad Ali. You go through his whole record and find.
Yeah, we'll go through and I'll show you which one it was
for sure.
Yeah.
Sweet. That was a pretty good piss break, I must admit.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I was just going to keep talking, but I was enjoying the conversation. So
yeah,
we'll just stop and we'll go again.
So what are we going to talk about now?
Anyone you've personally trained that some people might know, maybe we could go down that road.
Yeah, well, I won the Mr. Australia all these times, and nobody knew who I was really, except a few bodybuilders.
Yeah.
And then I trained this one woman, and then the whole world knew who I was. And I was Princess Di.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, that was kind of special.
Like, I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah.
Because, I still remember,
where you were.
Apparently, it's very common.
I was a removalist truck.
You were?
Yeah.
Yeah, my mum and a friend were gone to watch some blokes play first grade footy down at Maitland Sports Ground.
Yeah.
Mad day, bloody fighting with kids, playing footy, roughing up, just play footy, not watch the game, fly down this hill and that. Everything's all good.
How old were you then?
It was 96, wasn't it, that it happened?
Yeah, I think
I was
96, 97.
I was 9 years old, maybe 8.
Yeah.
But I just remember getting in the car and the radio was on, and that's all that radio was on. My mum's friend, I remember her. She just they were like, what? And she stopped the car and was like hanging over the steering wheel for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, so many people loved her.
Yeah, man. She was just all the stuff she did, beautiful woman, humble, I didn't personally know her. That was just the image you get. And I was young and could understand that. And it was, I remember
I actually didn't believe it. I thought it was staged or something. She didn't want to handle all this publicity and she faked to death. That's what I thought. I wasn't even sad.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I actually didn't believe it. And when I seen her kids, they weren't even crying. I thought, nah, she's still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It was a pretty big moment. So, how did it happen?
How did I get to train her?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was training this guy who managed the Ritz-Carlton in Double Bay. That's where all the celebrities were training at the time.
Yeah.
And he lost 40 kilos and he put on 10 kilos of muscle. And I didn't charge him. I did it because he was my training partner and I really liked the guy. And I knew that if he was paying for it, he wasn't going to lose the weight. He had to feel like he owed me something for him to push himself that far.
Yeah.
So I was actually playing a bit of a mind game with him.
Yeah.
But I liked him and I wanted him to lose the weight. And I just retired from bodybuilding. I was 23, 24, 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, his name's David Johnson. He's a really nice guy. And one day we're going for a walk after we did a workout and he said, Connor, I really appreciate you training me. You've changed my life. I want to pay you back. He said, please don't repeat this to anyone, but Princess Diana's coming to Australia and I'm going to try to get you to train her. And he said, well, don't take my word for it. It may happen, it may not. So when she came, he told me to be at the gym at a certain time. And then he brought her down to the gym, put her on the treadmill, and he he told her about me, and then he came over and he said she wants you to train him. So,
Wow.
and I didn't know what to do. I thought, well, I was freaking out a little bit. And he said, well, just call her ma'am and don't ask her any personal questions and just, just do your thing.
Yeah.
So I started talking to her, and I was a bit nervous. And I said, how do you like Australia, ma'am? And she started to get the shits. And she said, if one more person asks me that, she said, I'm going to lose it. And I was like, I was nervous. I thought, what a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
I thought, and so I just went along with it. I thought, this is going to be an hour of fucking hell. And anyway, I did a little circuit training thing for her and had all these stations set up, try to give her a girly workout.
Yeah.
And I had a mini tramp there, and I put her on the mini tramp, and she's jogging on the mini tramp, and she had really big breasts.
Yeah.
And they're bouncing like this. And she started to go red in the face, and she said, Con, can we not do this one? It's like a bit embarrassing. And I said, yes, because she listened to what you say. If you told her to do it, she'd do it.
Yeah.
Like she did what she was told, because I was the instructor and she was a client.
Yeah.
So she was very good like that. And I said, yeah, of course, come, let's do the next one. Anyway, we did some crunches or something. And I said, listen, I said, do you want to do like a hardcore, weight training session, like a bodybuilding session? She said, oh, I'd love that. So we went over to the dumbbells and the barbell.
Yeah.
And I really...
Free weights and stuff.
Free weight, yeah. And I was giving her forced reps, and I was screaming at her, and she was like loving it. She, oh, this is great. She said, my trainer back at home, they never do this sort of stuff. They think I'm made of porcelain. And so after that, we got along really well. Yeah, and the ice was broken, and we just clicked. And she was like my best mate then.
Yeah.
And we just spoke about everything.
So after that, there was just bring the mic over a bit.
Yeah.
You just go there, and you're virtually looking at me anyway.
Yeah.
So like, you treating her like a normal human being rather than a princess or...
Oh, she hated being treated like a princess. She hated it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like after we finished on a bench, she'd go and get the spray bottle and spray it down and wipe it down. Like my regular clients didn't do that. They wanted to be treated like a princess.
Yeah.
But she was just down to earth. She was a nice person.
Yeah.
That's why everyone loved her.
Yeah, 100%. She was like, I've seen, there's a video clip that gets around of her now, and it's at, like one of the boys' school, like how they do like in primary school, they do like bloody egg and spoon races, and the mums have a race, and like they did a mums race,
and she joined in.
Yeah. And smoked them. She smoked them.
Yeah.
Like,
I think she was competitive.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I don't think like you could be like marry someone that's destined to become the king of England if you don't have a little bit of dash about you.
Yeah.
Like,
I think she was excited about the whole thing of marrying the future king, but like when she came the next day and she was warming up, and there was 5 TV sets playing, and they all had her on it on different stations. And there was like, there was one TV that heard her walking down the aisle with that long train on her dress.
Yeah.
And the wedding. Yeah. I said, oh, that must have been a fairy tale wedding. And she said, no. She said it was terrible. Like, she said, I was 18 years old and I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
And then there was another one where her kids were fighting in the snow. They were trying to push each other over. And she said, like the Harry was the cheeky one. She said, I'm not worried about him. She said, I'm worried about William. He's too sensitive.
Yeah.
I'm really worried about how he's gonna, handle, what's in for him in the future.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that it turned out the opposite. Like, William's doing all right, but Harry's kind of struggling now.
Yeah.
with the media and, you know, he wrote the book and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and they moved, him and his partner have moved away from the royal family and doing their own thing, sort of.
Yeah.
Like,
so it turned out the opposite.
Yeah. So, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So, like, how long did you...
I trained her 3 times. I was supposed to train her 4 times, but this one time there was that many people that came to see her that she couldn't actually make it to the gym. She was stuck in the traffic.
Oh, yeah.
She came the next day and she was actually embarrassed. She said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Like, sorry I didn't make it yesterday. Like, I was honestly stuck in traffic." It was like, why are you apologizing to me?
Yeah.
I'm a nobody. Like, you're the princess. Like, you're the most loved person in the world. And then I remember, like, the paparazzi, there was about 50 photographers outside the gym, and they found this little gap where they could take a photo. They saw her, and all the flashes started going on. It was like lightning.
Yeah.
And she got scared and she fell over, and I kind of caught her because she fell over this. She was going through these vertical blinds. She tripped over and I caught her, and she was like trembling. But
that's the reaction.
She was scared.
Paparazzi.
Yeah, she was actually scared. She was trembling. Like, I actually felt sorry for her.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
But she had a really good sense of humor, you know, like I was, like I usually, when I was back then, I was training my clients, I used to do this hamstring stretch where you lay on the ground and you kind of lift your leg up and stretch the hammy.
Yeah.
And it usually comes about
like face down.
Like you're lying on your back.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then you lift their leg and you stretch it. And it usually comes, you know, vertical.
Yeah.
But I was stretching hers and she's got these really long legs. Yeah. And it kept on stretching and stretching and stretching. And it actually went above her head. It's on the floor. So she's doing the splits and I'm on top of her. And it was embarrassing, you know, like I was embarrassed. Like,
well, it's official. You have lived, my friend.
But she said, wouldn't the paparazzi love to get a shot of this one, you know? She was doing this massive leg spread, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so you got the Princess of Wales and you put her
leg spread. Yeah. But she's the type of woman that if I said to her, let's go out and grab a pizza and go and see a movie and go for a drive, she would have loved that.
Yeah.
She didn't like all this official stuff. Like when she went to that, it was like, I think it was called the Blue Bell Ball or something, and they flew Sting over to sing for her or something.
Yeah.
They fed her this fancy food, and then the next day she came. I said, "Oh, how was it last night?" I seen it on the TV, and she said, like Sting was like so beautiful, like she was like, you know, I think she's in love with Sting.
Yeah.
But then I said, "What did you eat?" And she said, "Oh, they fed us an ostrich leg." I said, "What did it taste like?" And she said, "I didn't eat it." She said, I hid it underneath the salad.
Ostrich?
Yeah.
Well, being an
ostrich or emu, or I don't know.
Being in Australia, they should have went the emu.
Emu, yeah.
It
could have been the emu, I don't know. But I thought they would have done the kangaroo.
We are messed up in this country. We're literally, I think, the only country in the world that eats both the animals on their national anthem. Yeah. We're like, yeah, we like them, but fuck their taste. Yeah. Imagine that. Be like,
you're dry as shit though. The kangaroo has got no fat.
Oh yeah. I used to feed that to my greyhounds, not all the time, but I do it when I'm controlling their weight, so I can supplement. I'd feed that, and the fat I'd use for them to burn was just chunks of blubber off cows from the butchers, or a bloke that slaughters them or something like.
Yeah, but like in the wild, when an animal kills a wildebeest or something, it's like usually they go for the blood and guts.
Yeah,
like the intestine, the heart, the liver.
Yeah,
that's where all the nutrients are.
Dogs, like wolves and that, they like, even if we had 5 dogs and set them loose, that's what they do. They I've had cattle dogs and they bite animals like cows or sheep on the underbelly. They rip that open and eat like pretty much like the bow, like because they're in there they're getting vitamins like different sorts of minerals and all sorts of crap. Like,
the muscle's got protein, but it doesn't really have all the other stuff like the liver's got.
I tried to give someone half a leg of ham because it was probably a week too long I'd had it.
Yeah.
I was like, take this for your dog. And they're like, no, we don't. We feed them human food. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's probably fine. I just can't eat all this ham on my own. I was trying to be nice and they refused. My mate's grandparents, they took us out for lunch and I was like, oh, would you like some meat to take home for you? She was so offended, doesn't realise dogs will just go eat like shit. Like,
it's probably healthier for them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, bloody dogs got anxiety these days. So many people have got their dogs on bloody
Valium.
Yeah, it's for my dog.
They're psychologists as well for dogs, isn't they?
So, yeah. Bloody have you seen that Chris Lilly? He does Lunatics and Angry Boys and
no, I haven't been on.
Well, he does characters, like he'll dress up as like a young Tongan boy, or next he's a friggin' like a lady, or like he done one, he was a grandma prison guard at a youth centre.
Yeah.
But this one series he's like a celebrity psychic for the animals in South Africa.
Yeah.
And he goes around like like talking to him, he's like he's talking about, okay, well, your dog's telling me that when you're not here, your husband masturbates, and like, it's just full on, like, it's funny as.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Goes miss. Oh, yeah. It's funny. But yeah, so 3 or 4 times, and that was it. There was no
that was it.
Love letters or anything after that.
Nah. I bought her a couple.
Just the mic, brother.
Couple packs of M&Ms.
Oh, yeah.
She told me she likes M&Ms. She can't stop eating M&Ms.
Yeah. Well, I think that's, to meet such a impactful human.
Yeah.
And be able to get that close to him. And turns out now I'm only 2 degrees of separation away from Princess Diana, so my mum's going to be jealous. But, yeah, like, bro, that's just hectic. I don't even know what to say.
But she did go back. Like, I actually only found this out a couple of months ago. She went back to England.
Just that mic, bro.
And she got herself a Aussie personal trainer. And I kept on thinking, like, if she liked my training so much, like, why didn't she contact me and say, come over to England and train me?
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe I should have contacted. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Ring the Royal Palace?
It's on here. Can you check Diana on?
Yeah. A few of my clients dropped off. Just wondering if Diana, wants me to come over and train her. But I don't know. Like she had a Aussie personal trainer after that. I found out that a couple months ago.
Yeah, well, fuck that guy.
Exactly. Fuck him.
Oh shit. So that's obviously before you. That was before you come back and that.
Oh yeah, that was when I stopped being a bodybuilder. I still had some, muscle to my body.
Yeah,
I looked really good at that stage because I wasn't over muscular, and but then after 10 years, I lost everything and become like a normal person again.
Yeah,
like I am now.
Yeah,
yeah.
So yeah, like LA, like what is it actually like to live in America? Because I want to go there. Since Trump has become president again, like obviously our country, the way it's run, we can't do shit.
Yeah.
I can't even get a gun, which sucks.
Yeah.
I'm a good boy now and I should be allowed to have a gun. But anyway, let's not go there. Like if it wasn't for my kids and that, I'd just friggin' go to Mexico and hop the border,
I never went.
Because I don't think they'll let me into America with my criminal record. I don't know.
I don't think I'm allowed back either.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah. I don't know. When I was living in America and like I never ever thought I'd come back to Australia, but when I was living there, I just kind of like probably going to offend some people, but kind of felt like Australia was a bit behind.
Yeah.
Like when I was living in America, I don't know, Australians give Americans a hard time, but there's all different states in America, and each state is different. It's like Europe. Each state is different. They speak different. They act different. So it's like each state is like a different country.
Yeah.
And it's not like everything you see on TV. And yeah, I love America. It's a beautiful country.
So LA, fast paced.
It can be if you want it to be.
Yeah.
But if you don't want it to be, you can just chill out. And
yeah,
I've never felt scared in LA. I felt more scared in Sydney.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So like you've heard like shootings and that's happened in the background and things like that? Or?
Yeah, like at one stage I was living in a poor neighborhood. It was Van Nuys. It's got a reputation of strip joints and that sort of thing. On like the Charlie Sheen show, he always says that he's going to Van Nuys to the strip joint or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was living there, and I remember there was a helicopter circling above our house, like it was going round and round and round for hours. And I said to my wife, I said, it was happening for about a week. I said, Eric, someone's going to shoot this fucking helicopter down. I said, someone that's got a kid or something that can't sleep.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Someone shot the helicopter.
Really?
Yeah, it hit the helicopter. It didn't bring it down.
Yeah.
But someone shot the helicopter and it stopped.
Yeah, right.
But apart from that, like
that's probably why they took all our guns off us. It had nothing to do with the Port Arthur massacres.
Yeah, but I never seen anyone with a gun or anything.
Yeah.
Only time I seen guns when the police were pointing it at me.
Yeah.
You know? I had like 6 police officers pointing their guns at me. Like
now we can finally relate.
Yeah.
That the first time that happened to me.
Yeah.
Bro. Like I'm like
you had police pointing the guns at you?
Yeah. It's only happened once, but I actually had I was with my partner and I had my 2 kids in the back. We like my missus, she just jumped straight out the car and was like, put them down there. Like and they wanted me, like someone had said I had a bit of a road rage. I used to be bad. Like it used to be bad where I used to pretend I was the only person on the road.
Yeah.
And just ignore everyone. I had to get to that. Like I was pulling people up, ripping their windscreen wiper off, smashing through their just psychotic. Like you know how bad road rage can get.
Yeah.
But I'd run the ball with it.
Yeah, I had a bad experience too when I was younger.
Yeah, so I was driving along. This bloke, I'm about to get across and he's just gone whoom, straight past me. I'm like, oh, okay. So I've gone out, had a bit of a race with him. And then he's like, swerved over, near hit me and shit. So I've just grabbed a handful of coins and just yoink. My favorite is just the change and just go at 100K, just boom, let it do what it does.
Yeah.
So he's like changed his direction and headed off up the highway. I keep going. I'm at home, blah, blah, blah. Go home, feed the dogs, let them out for a pee, and we're going up to have some lunch at the pub. Bloody cop car, 2 detectives, 3 paddy wagons. Old mate's gone and told him that I pulled a gun on him.
You kid.
Yeah. I think I made like I might have done that.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Just road rage. Gets a bit hairy.
Yeah. I had the shits and I threw eggs once.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to the 7-Eleven or the Express or whatever it's called. I was a bodybuilder back then. I was only 20 or something.
Yeah.
And these 2 guys in a Jeep were making fun of me or something. And I went in front of them and I just bought these eggs. And I threw them. I was on the freeway and I threw them up.
I'm sinking.
So they'd land.
Oh, yeah.
And they kept on missing. And I was looking in my rear vision. They were laughing at me. And then one of them hit the windscreen.
Yeah.
They must have just splattered and they couldn't. And they just pulled over.
Yeah.
I said, I won. So then I had to drive back to the Express and get another carton of eggs.
You need it, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like Mario Kart. You know, with the bananas. Look,
Yeah.
you played Mario Kart.
Yeah.
It's a me. I'm the destroyer.
Yeah, crazy things you do when you're young and stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny. Road rage, man. Everyone can relate to that. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen some like little old ladies just look ferocious. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I had a nun steal my parking spot.
yeah, really?
Yeah, none.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I was waiting at Kmart for there was no parking at all. It was at Christmas. I was waiting for about 5 minutes for this parking spot for them to load the car and drive off. And the person drove out, and this nun came in a van and took it.
Straight right in front of you.
Right in front of me.
It's something Pastor would do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well. Piss break number 2 was very successful.
Yeah.
That was good.
Got your energy back?
Yeah, I'm back. So, bodybuilding, LA, Princess Diana. Let's hear about the big boy now. I think everyone wants to know about the relationship. No? Rich Piana.
They are like Paul Graham asked me to take my top off in front of Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah, really? To show him?
In the back laneway of my gym.
Legit?
Yeah. I said, are you kidding me?
So what was say like someone's got mad abs or...
Well, that's the thing.
Your thing was similar?
Ronnie Coleman did not want to take his top off because he's seen my abs.
Yeah, yeah.
And he doesn't have good abs.
Yeah.
So he kept his tank top on and I took my top off. At least I beat him with the abs.
Yeah.
I felt like a bikini model next to him.
Yeah. That's more.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. I've been to like some old school gyms. Like there's one at Barrow Bowling Club. People don't know. You can actually, I don't know if you still can, but it was like $4 every time. You go down there, they've got all old school like gym equipment, like heavyweights, a big Ron Coleman poster on the wall, spa, sauna, so you train, spa and sort of, it was mad old school.
I used to train at the Police Boys Club. It was $2 for a year.
Yeah, really? Yeah, it's pretty good, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're in America.
Yeah.
You're bodybuilding. You met a little guy called Rich. How did that all come about?
Well, I mean, I'm on the straight and narrow now, so I suppose I can talk about these things. And I want to be honest with your listeners, but when I was in America, I had to do some crazy things to get by because my funds ran out and I didn't want to come back to Australia. I wanted to compete as a professional bodybuilder.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to make steroids. And Rich Piana was the biggest steroid dealer in LA. And I went to Hollywood Golds. That's where he used to work. He used to train all the gay people there. Yeah. And when I seen him, he was the biggest guy I've ever seen. He was huge. And he was Mr. California. He wanted it to be a professional, but it never happened. And he was really pissed off about that. It really affected him. Like it affected his ego. And anyway, every time I approached him, he'd run away from me or he'd pretend he was on the mobile phone. And so I gave up on it because I actually thought, well, I got all these steroids that I'm making, and here's the biggest retailer. Where do I unload them all? So, I gave up on it, and then I told one of his friends. I said I try to talk to Rich about, this thing, and he runs away from me all the time. Or pretends he's on his phone.
Just giving you the cold shoulder.
Yeah. And I thought, what? This guy was twice my size. It's like, why is you running away like a bitch?
Yeah.
So he said, well, I'll ring him up and organise for you to meet. So we met at North Hollywood Golds. That's where Justin Bieber trains and all these famous Marky Mark and all them famous people.
Yeah. Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. My wife used to train him. And I never met him.
One thing I've noticed about Mark Wahlberg, every video he posts online these days, he's out of breath, eh?
Yeah.
I don't think he stops, bro.
No?
I don't think he stops.
Yeah, he's very motivated.
Yeah. 5 a.m. club and that.
Well, I think he's worth about $500 million or something.
It'd have to be.
Yeah.
Oh, with the burger joint and I think he was part of, what's that gym franchise?
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, there was
I knew about the burger.
failed over here or something. I forget.
But every month in America, there's a new burger joint opening.
Yeah.
And there's like a line about 100 meters long.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But anyway, so this mutual friend organised for me to meet with Rich. And so I met at North Hollywood Golds, and I got there on time or a bit early. And there was this black dude that came up. He was giving me the stink eye.
Yeah.
You know? And like I was like 130 kilos, and I wasn't intimidated by him. And like I knew that he was Rich's friend, but Rich sent him first to, like his security guard or something. And I thought, what's wrong with this guy? Why doesn't he want to talk to me? What have I done wrong to him?
Yeah.
But anyway, Rich turns up in his, BMW convertible with the big pimped out, rims and tires, and this black dude's giving me the stink eye, and then this mutual friend, I don't want to mention his name because otherwise I can't tell the story.
Yeah, that's fair.
But because there's more to this story.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, have you met Rich? Is Rich coming?" I said, "Yeah, he's sitting in his car. He's been sitting in his car for 10 minutes." And he goes, "Why?" I said, "I don't know. This guy just doesn't want to meet me." So he said, "Let me go and talk to him." So he went and spoke to him, and he was there talking to him for ages. And he came back, and this guy, his face had just dropped. And I said, "What's wrong?" And he said, "Oh, it's okay. Don't worry." And so I don't know what was going on. And then Rich came out.
Yeah.
I shook his hand. We went inside into the gym. We sat at the tables at the reception. And he seemed kind of pissed off. And I said, "What's wrong, Rich?" I said, "What do you want to buy my," because I was making the steroids. I said, "Do you want to buy them or not?" And he said, "Well, I don't want to buy them off you." He goes, "I want to buy you out." And I said, "Well, what does that mean?" He said, "Well, you sell to me and you're not allowed to sell to anyone else because mine were the best in LA.
Yeah.
And they were the cheapest." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, how much are you willing to spend each month?" And he told me, and I was like, wow, I've never heard of that type of money before in my life. So we made a deal, and then after that, we were best mates. And like I didn't want to say this story because I didn't want to get it into trouble, but he's dead now, and I don't do that sort of thing anymore. I don't have any money. No one can take anything off me. But after that, we were best mates, and we used to do training videos together. He used to invite me to do these fitness expos and all that sort of thing. And yeah, he's found out he was a really nice guy. It was just very insecure.
Yeah.
Like his girlfriend actually told me that he's the most insecure guy she's ever met.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So he really was a nice person.
Yeah. I know a thing about insecurity. If you just if you just check my socials and look at the comments, you're going to see some very insecure human beings.
Yeah, but Rich told me, he said he does not ban any of these trolls off. He said that these trolls actually, he makes so much money over these trolls and these people that say negative comments. He said once you get all these trolls, he goes, you've made it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, how'd the relationship go after that? Like 2 peas in a pod sort of thing? Like,
yeah, but we never went out together. Like, I've never went out for a meal with Rich.
But so it became like pretty much strictly business, or
not really business. Like, we had admiration and respect for each other, but he was so focused on making money.
Yeah.
If he did go out for dinner with you, it would have been like a business agreement. Like he was so driven.
Oh,
Yeah, like he didn't have fun.
yeah, right.
He might have filmed stuff, you know, making it look like he was having fun, but it was to get more hits on his YouTube. He was a very competitive guy, and he was very upset that he never turned pro.
Yeah.
But you know, I guess that's what made him so successful.
And at the end of the day, what he's done and achieved, like we're talking about him right now.
Like, people are still talking about him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
no, he really is a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
the Christmas before he died, I was in Australia and I was in a very bad place. And he was on the phone to me for 2 hours on Christmas Day, LA time, or actually, I think he was living in Florida.
Okay, yeah.
So he was, and I'm thinking, why is he talking to me for 2 hours when he's got 3 million followers? He's got a wife, an ex-wife, and a girlfriend, and all these supposed friends, and he's sitting in his room alone talking to me on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's unreal. But obviously, like, he's a lot different in his personal life than he is on the internet.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So, you sell anything to any other celebrities? Because this is good shit.
Yeah. No, I'm not like when I found out that Justin Bieber's face had collapsed.
Yeah.
I thought, shit. I hope it's not from the stuff that he was buying off me. Like, I've never met Justin Bieber, but I used to sell the synthetic Molly, like synthetic MDMA.
Yeah.
I used to sell it to a friend of mine. I'm not going to mention his name, but he used to sell it to Justin Bieber and his dad. They both used to take it together. That's what he told me.
Yeah.
But I remember once I took that stuff and I trained and I came home and my body was cold and my head was hot and it was sweating. I was laying on my bed and there was a big sweat patch where my head was, and the rest of it was like dry.
Yeah, wow.
So it wasn't good. So hopefully it wasn't because of me.
Oh, I'm not blaming you.
Yeah.
I think P. Diddy might have had a bit to do with that, bro.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I don't read that stuff.
Yeah, it's probably best.
What happened with P. Diddy?
You don't know?
No.
He's currently in jail.
Yeah.
For for like drugging people at wild sex parties called freak offs.
Yeah.
Like drugging people
Underage or something?
Nah, not underage, but like the baby lotion. He got caught with like hundreds of liters of like baby oil.
Yeah.
And they found in him like traces of like drugs, like G and stuff like that. Like,
wow.
So he'd make up drinks and cocktails and give to people. So
yeah,
you know, like G, you get horny and then you
like date rape.
Yeah, it's sort of like that.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, big freak offs. They were like sex parties and shit. And now people have like, there's like, you'll have to look into it. There's hundreds of like complaints and like he's literally in jail. Like,
wow.
I've seen a video of him rigging people and speaking in code and like all this shit, like trying to get rid of evidence. And,
I never liked that guy.
Yeah, no, I didn't either.
Yeah.
Yeah. I reckon he killed Tupac and Biggie. I reckon.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, I've got a feeling I know who killed Rich Piana. He didn't die of natural causes, but I'm not going to say. And they'll be shaking in their pants when they hear me say this.
That's pretty hectic.
Yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I've read a little bit into it and I don't know, if the boot fits, wear it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, do you have anything to say to people that might be doing their first course or using steroids to get that size and things like that? Is there something you want to say, like a warning or?
Yeah, I do actually. I've got a friend, he's 53 years old.
Just mic to your mouth, yeah.
Yeah. He's 53 years old and he looks like phenomenal, like this guy, and his fitness level is unbelievable. And he's only on like 800 milligrams
The test.
of test.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and that's the highest he's ever been. And he's just, mate, this guy's going to live forever. And like, I got so much respect for him because he just puts the hard work in. He records everything. He doesn't cut any corners. And like, I've had so many people die, so many friends of mine that have died over the past 10 years.
Yeah.
In 2 years, I had 10 of my friends die from drugs, like from steroids or from, mainly, recreational drugs.
Yeah.
But this guy, he does use testosterone, but his diet and his lifestyle is clean, and he doesn't cut corners, and he does it all properly. And he's much healthier than people that don't take steroids.
Yeah.
So if you do it, just do it in moderation and don't cut corners. You got to do the hard work.
Yeah. Yeah, sweet. So, like, obviously at that age, though, like, I'm 37. I should probably be looking at TRT and things like that through a doctor.
Yeah.
Like, at my age.
Yeah.
Like, so him using test in his 50s, like,
yeah,
that's perfectly fine in my books. Like,
yeah. I mean, usually they use about 250 milligrams.
yeah, that's a bit more, but
yeah, it's a bit more because, I mean, he wants to experience what it's, like to go a little bit higher.
Yeah.
If that's what motivates him, well, good on him.
100%.
Yeah.
I did my first course and I don't want to use steroids again because they don't, like, I'm a bit of a pork chop as it is.
Yeah.
So, like, it just exaggerates, like, my aggression, my paranoia, everything just gets too much. Like, it's not safe for me.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not even cool to be around on it.
I understand what you're saying, but the steroids you've taken in the past, they've been, quite potent.
Yeah.
So if you had someone like me, if I was living with you in this house and, I was keeping an eye on you, I reckon it'd be good for you.
Yeah, 100%. Well,
yeah.
I'm going to start training again. But yeah, I had a bloke, he actually, was one of the main shit talkers on my page.
Yeah.
And he was saying things like, he started coming around, like, saying things, look, bro, like, you'd be surprised how good your mental health and how good you'll look if you just trained. And and I was like a bit embarrassed for him because like he's right. And I've actually inboxed him since then and we've broke the ice a little bit. He's a pretty cool dude. They just don't get what I was doing on there. Like, I'm literally trolling people. Like, video of me pretending to be on coke, that is talcum powder. There is no way on planet Earth someone would waste that amount of coke on their top lip. No, just if you know, you know. But the guy, he generally seemed to like want me to, and I explained to him, like, I've trained before, I've done this, like, just work and kids and family, it just gets in the way.
Sometimes people forget that you're a dad.
Yeah, well, people say, I hope he hasn't bred. Like, I've got a 9-year-old with autism. I got a 5-year-old with ADHD. I'm in their lives constantly. When they come every weekend, not every second weekend. I play Fortnite with them every night. I go to everything. And that's why I changed my life. Like, jail's not bad. For someone with ADHD, you're told when to shit, you're told when to piss, you're told when to sleep, you're told when to eat, you're told when to train. And it just turns out that routine and schedule turns me into a decent bloke. On the outside, I can struggle a little bit, but I'm dealing with that now. I've just recently been diagnosed at 37 having ADHD. And so I've spent my whole life just thinking I'm like when I was young, I wouldn't go to job interviews because I had anxiety. Well, you know what I mean? That's held me back. That's like almost like a disability, really. Like, because I'm
in the same boat.
And it's just, I don't care what people say or think about me. In fact, I poke the bear and make them think even worse about me. Like, I don't care. Like like I started acting, like I started flexing things like people don't understand. A lot of people have 20 grand savings.
Yeah.
Especially if we've got a partner or they've both got decent jobs. Not everyone, but a lot, people that have got good jobs do. I'm flexing like a $30,000 ute, which everyone has.
Yeah.
I'm flexing like a spa, like, you know what I mean? But I'm taking the piss. Like it catches people out. Like if you're capable of that lifestyle,
yeah,
or, it's not that far off. But if you don't have anything close to that, you think I'm full of shit and it's not achievable. It's easy to catch people out. Like it's a lot of like people saying you wouldn't have 20 cents on you. Like for someone to hear that and get offended, like everyone on the earth probably has 20 cents. Like it's just, yeah. I'm me on my podcast. I'm going to be shenanigans on the internet.
Yeah.
But I love it. Like if I wake up tomorrow and no one calls me a crackhead, I'm going to be super depressed.
Yeah.
Like straight up. Like, and it's like, I was a fat kid. I was bullied. I know how to bully back. I know how, like, I don't start on people.
Yeah.
People go, oh, look at this bloke reply. You did the original comment.
Yeah.
You poked the bear. Now we're playing.
Yeah.
Like,
as long as you know how to play that game, you're good at it, but keep moving forward.
Yeah.
They get stuck there playing it. Keep moving forward.
Well, that's the plan. Like, someone inboxed me. They're like, bro, you can't just go off this rage bait and stuff. You can't just do that. Like, you're actually pretty funny. I want to see some other things. And the next day I did me cowboy twerk video. I was like, yes, they're still talking crap, but like, girls are tagging their friends in there.
Yeah,
and they're like,
you're giving them fuel for the fire.
They say like, can we hire him and shit? Like, bro, if I ended up being like a fatagram stripper, but I'm like a junkie-agram stripper, like,
yeah,
that's funny to me, bro.
Yeah, like I was telling you before.
And I'd turn up.
It's like that 8 Mile when Eminem gets up and he takes the piss out of himself.
Yeah.
What's everyone got? They got nothing.
Exactly. Like, these people don't understand me. Like, I will make myself the butt of the joke. I will make myself look completely the opposite than I am just to make somebody laugh. Like, and plus, I love cringe videos on the internet. You know, I sat there, I reckon about 2 years. I'm like, how the fuck do I crack the code to this shit?
Yeah.
And I did it.
Yeah.
I did it.
Well, you're disarming those people and then you're moving on to the next.
The thing is, they're not even armed. They think what they're saying is like, look at the smile on my face, bro. Like, I'm the shit.
Yeah.
Like, I know what I am. I'm also humble, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I've come from housing commission, been a druggo, terrible relationships, obsessed with crime, obsessed with wanting to be a bad cunt, all that shit.
Yeah.
And like, it died. It fully died. Like,
gets boring up.
I'm so thankful that I've got my ute. I'm so thankful with everything. I'm so thankful you're here right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's the real me. Like, and I'm a little bit delusional as well. 10 people might hear this.
Yeah.
I don't care. This is what I want to do. I want to have conversations with people and level up.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, no,
I can't wait to get one of the trolls on my podcast.
Yeah,
like,
don't worry about the trolls. Just do what you enjoy doing, and you know
the trolls have to worry about me.
Yeah, yeah. I've never read any of my comments on YouTube or anything.
Yeah, when it first kicked off, on it, I have to tell Instagram something.
Yeah,
I went TikTok with all the videos 3 weeks before it went on Instagram.
Yeah.
So everyone on Instagram doesn't even know they're 3 weeks behind on, like, I was just, and then I'd get up each morning and just make, like, when you wake up, it's like, I've got the friggin', got sleep in me on, just me beards everywhere. It's when I look the worst of a morning. So I just get a few comments and be like, make a cringe video, 3 of them, and put my phone down for the day. Just no notifications. Like, everyone's writing this shit thinking I'm at home. Like, ugh. I just like quick free content.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, this is what I want to do, bro. Like, this right now, like, I've planned this for so long. Like, I did a few episodes, we just me and my brother with a chair in front of us with the phone there.
Little brother.
Yeah. He's the guitarist, and he's a funny dude, bro.
That song was awesome that you sang.
Yeah, that was freestyle too. Yeah,
that was awesome.
Well, I used to make like rap music, of course. Look at me.
You know, you inspired me. Like, I woke up halfway through the night. I couldn't sleep, and I wrote a song because of that.
That's mad, bro.
Maybe we can you get your Jackson to do some guitar.
Yeah,
and we can play it at the end of this episode.
But you can't play an acoustic, but he can just like,
yeah,
bro. When we're done, I'll get him to show you.
Okay,
bro. He is.
You're gonna hear my song at the end of this podcast.
I told you before, the second piss was pretty good, bro. But that third one,
that felt good.
That was good. No, I pee all the time. I drink so much caffeine. Like, I have like 2 coffees, and then I have a 750 dare.
Yeah.
And then I'll have 2 energy drinks. Just friggin' got to keep up the persona, you know, with the big eyes and all that stuff. Yeah, anyway, my favorite part of the show, every week I act out a scene.
Yeah.
With whoever I have on there. Like, me and my brother have done truck drivers arguing on the freeway. We've done my personal favorite, Amy from Mount Druitt, who tried to pick up one of the guys off Bondi Rescue.
Yeah,
so I've heard that one. Funny, yeah. Fully sick jet.
Amy from Mount Druitt.
Yeah, yeah. So what do you reckon? I think maybe I'm fancy royal princess or something.
Yeah, I'm the trainer or something.
Yeah, you're training me, or
yeah,
I don't know. That might be boring. What about a problem client?
Yeah,
what?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, probably a bit better, a bit more respectful to Princess Diana. Anyway, righto. What can we do? So, I've just signed up for a PT. This is my character. I'm gonna build the background. My name's Brian, and I come from a rich family, and I don't like being told what to do, and I don't want to be here.
So you want to pay me to?
My parents have
pay me to get your physique. Like, you're gonna pay the money, expect me to deliver muscles and?
No, this is it. I'm a spoiled, fat, rich kid.
Okay, so you're fat, yeah,
and
you're unfit.
My family,
are
forcing me to go do some personal training.
Yep,
because if I want Maccas or something, I've got to earn it now.
Right,
right,
yeah.
So we've just met, and so how are you gonna? You're just gonna be Con the Destroyer, or you're just a random PT?
Well, what do you want me to be?
Mate, this is the part of the show where just design your own character.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to do. This is called improv. But
yeah. Okay, I'll be Con the Destroyer, personal trainer.
Right.
Yeah, I've done my time in the sun. I can't tolerate any bullshit, and I'm not going to take your shit.
Okay.
I've had enough. I don't care if I lose my job.
Righto. Hey, my name's Brian. My parents will make me come here. It's hard, isn't it, bro?
Yeah.
I'm not really going to do anything. Can you just tell them that I'm training hard?
So you're just going to pay me the money, and
yeah.
So what do you want?
We're rich.
You just want to?
Is there a game room here?
You want to walk out of the gym and go somewhere, or?
Nah.
So you actually want to train?
Well, I've got to hide. They're out the front in the car park.
Well, you may as well train, mate. I mean, look at you. You're a fucking slob.
You got me.
I mean, you might be able to get women with your money, but they're not going to really want you. Well,
Yep.
why don't you put a bit of effort in? I'll give you a hand.
But you don't need muscles to be a professional gamer.
What do you mean, gamer?
I'm a gaming whiz.
Yeah, but don't you want some female companionship?
I'm 9, bro. I'm 9 years old, bro.
No, oh,
No, I'm 9.
jeez.
Like,
Okay.
I'm a rich kid, not a rich adult.
Well,
I've
I thought you were a bit older. See, already you're actually aging prematurely.
I've had the beard since about 7. When my mum says when I come out, I already had a mo.
So you've got Greek in
That's
your head.
why she had bad reflux.
Right,
She blames my hairy top lip.
right.
Yeah.
So your mother's Greek or your dad's Greek?
My dad, he went to get some milk. He didn't come back. Oh shit, this is crap. I think I'm done.
I think we've got to make the age a bit higher.
I'm not. Nah. I'm 9.
You know.
I can't. I know I've got a beard, but I can't.
Yeah.
I can't pretend to be something I'm not.
Okay, come on. Let's start off. We'll warm up on the bike.
Okay.
Come on, jump on and just pedal away. I'll put it on the lowest.
But I haven't been taught to ride a bike yet.
We'll just sit on the seat. I'll strap your feet in.
I don't know balance.
Give me,
How am I going to balance?
give me the other foot. Just shut up and give me the other foot. Okay, now just start pedaling.
Oh, it hurts.
Yeah, it hurts your
This hurts.
perineum, doesn't it?
This hurts.
Yeah. Just keep pedaling away. We'll do this for 5 minutes. We'll talk about the workout. So,
Like as shit.
just keep pedaling away.
I'm done.
Okay, just jump off. Okay, we'll go over to the weights.
I'm not lifting anything but a cheeseburger today. I'm telling you.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you a couple 5-pound dumbbells. Here you go. Just hold on to these.
Shit.
And just curl them up, just one at a time. Now just start with your right arm. Okay, now your left. That's it. Now your right. That's it.
Now my right.
Yeah,
This.
yeah.
Hang on.
The other side. That's it.
I got it written on my foot. Yeah, it's to the left.
Yeah.
Nah. Oh shit. All right, bro. We're coming to the end of the episode. Is there anything else you want to say about anything just before we go? Like one little more shout out to people or anything you want to say to someone? Just
Yeah.
go for it.
I guess like I've been to the gates of hell. I've walked through the valley of darkness. And I never ever thought that I'd, have a second chance and be where I am now. It feels like I've been reborn. I've beat alcohol. I've beat opiates. Steroids is not really an addiction, but I know about that as well. So if anyone out there needs help, just please contact me at Constantinos Demetriou on Facebook. Just send it a friend request, and I'll be happy to help you out. But you got to be serious about this. Yeah, like when I was literally dying in my living room in LA, I was in a very bad, very dark place. So if anyone out there needs help, just let me know, because I'll beat this thing. And if anyone needs help beating it, just please reach out to me.
And that's real talk.
Yep.
Good bloke, humble man. This is how people should carry themselves. Like, because all of yous out there that talk a bit of crap, yeah, you might be big and muscly now, but it's got nothing to do with character. It's got nothing to do with what sort of person you are. And just remember, before you got the rewards of feeling good about yourself, and people don't think you're better than anyone, because you're not. You don't know what someone's been through. You don't know who someone is. You know what I mean? I got face tats. Wish I didn't. Who cares? I've got them. Probably get more now just to piss you off. But anyway, any websites you got cranking that they can have a look?
Yeah, I've got websites and all that. But if you want to contact me and you really need help, Constantinos Demetriou on Facebook, just reach out to me on Messenger, and I'll give you a hand if you're very serious and sincere about it.
Unreal. Righto.
Thanks, Wayzy.
Thank you. I will shake it. Thanks,
Thanks, brother.
Appreciate you, eh?
Yeah.
Good night. I love yous.
Good night.